Yeah, welcome back to the Shred the Spread podcast, Wednesday preview edition, betting episode. And guys, we are one man short today. Shout out to my boy Jared. He is out there hustling them goddamn packages to y'all doors for Christmas. Of course, with the holiday season around the corner, FedEx has been kind of, spikes in orders and all that jump shit. So Jared's taking the big brunt of that, man. I just want to say, Jared, we appreciate you. We love you, man. And we can't wait to get you back Friday. But for right now, let's go ahead and let's start this episode for the Week 16. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return.
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Way downtown. Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
And before we get started, I want to put this note out there. I currently do not have the contest line, so our lines will be based off of DraftKings at the moment. And of course, in the contest, we play it by halves. There's no whole numbers. It's all half numbers. So it's either going to be 3.5 or 2.5. No, none of the 3-4 push, anything like that. So I'll try to do my best to kind of articulate where I feel like the line would be as far as being on the half side. All right, now, but let's get into it. Week 1 matchup is the New Orleans Saints on Thursday Night Football traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams. And wow, guys, let's be real. This Rams team has been hot. And ever since Kyren Williams came back from injury, man, this team has been rolling on the ground and through the air. Puka Nacua continues to show out and impress, taking slants to the house, making big plays on the outside. Cooper Kupp had another big play on the outside, playing against that Commanders defense last week. But then again, all receivers have great weeks against the Commanders defense as they rank 32nd. But this is a little bit of a different matchup. This is against a New Orleans team with a really, really well-rounded secondary led by Marshawn Lattimore. And you know how I feel, guys. You know how I feel about the NFC South football. I feel like it stinks. The division fucking sucks. You can't trust the team to save their lives. And you can't trust the Saints team either, especially not in the red zone. As far as picking a side, I would honestly lean more towards the Saints, only considering the fact that I feel like that defense can really neutralize that Rams offense, who has been hot recently. The Saints at this point, I believe it's all up to creativity now. All right, they're going to have to be very creative. I feel like Taysom Hill is going to have to be more involved in this offense. And once they get Alvin Kamara going, especially on the running game where the Rams can be exposed, they can definitely get it going, guys. I mean, you got a very, very well-rounded running back in Alvin Kamara. Your outside is not weak. You have Chris Olave, who is playing today. I know he was questionable going into this week, but he is playing for Thursday Night Football this week. And that's even better news, man. Like I said, I feel like it's really going to help out the outside and really help get that running game going, having Chris Olave there so you're not one-dimensional. The red zone worries do scare me, but I feel like there's this Saints team will still hold this Rams team to about 17 to 20 points. I can definitely see the Saints team putting up 17 or even winning outright. I don't think they're winning outright. I think the Rams got this outright. But at +4, I'm assuming it will be at 3.5 in the contest. So I would honestly take the hook at 3.5 if I were to lean somewhere. But I don't have a for sure play here as of yet. Next, on the start of the Saturday slate, 4:33 this week, it's the Cincinnati. It's a rivalry game. The Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Steel City in Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. And wow, no Kenny Pickett. They said fuck Mitch Trubisky. Say fuck it. At this point, Mason Rudolph. What the fuck have we come to? Pittsburgh, I feel bad for you guys. It is time to hit the panic button, Like, this has really gotten bad to the point where you're having to start Mason Rudolph right now in a division game against a hot Cincinnati Bengals team who's on their backup quarterback as well. But their backup quarterback has been absolutely phenomenal these past few weeks. The line is set at 2 on DraftKings. I'm assuming I feel like it will lean more towards I would say 2.5. Yeah, 2.5, considering the fact that the backup quarterback's in place. I would assume the contest line will lean more towards the hook in favor of the Bengals. So that'd be at -2.5. And honestly, I have to rock with that. I mean, I won't say I love it because this is a division game and they're very hard fought. And we know this Pittsburgh Steelers team can come out the waterworks and really handle business. But they've looked rough, man. There's no way else to say it. They look very rough. Their offense doesn't give them a chance. It doesn't give the defense a chance to take a rest. And at that point, a depleted defense gets torched every time, man. They give up 21 points to the New England Patriots. That's sad. And this time of the year, that is very sad. And when you lose to New England and you lose to Arizona the way you did, that doesn't bode well for really your future at all. Like I said, I know I said, Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin's coach team always finds a way to go at least above 500. They never fail. They always get it done. That's in question right now, man. I don't see where this shit can be redirected at this point. It's kind of late in the season. They lost 3 big games. They're now in the bottom division. Basically, they need this game to stay in that division, not only the division, but stay in that playoff race. But I don't see it. I see Cincinnati going into Pittsburgh, handling business. Their offense is too weak, man. For Jaylen Warren to not be able to get into the end zone at all in these last 3 weeks kind of speaks volume. Like I said, Matt kind of got fired. We thought this offense would be more creative, and it showed their face, putting up 400-something yards. But then again, they put up 17 points, and that's all they can put up at this point. It's very, very weird. I will lean more towards the Cincinnati Bengals here. I don't know how Jared kind of feels about that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to dive deep into that division game. The next and last Saturday game will be the Saturday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills traveling to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Bills are road favorites at 11.5. Honestly, if anything, I would lean towards the Bills minus 11.5. And I wouldn't say this would be a for sure contest play, but I would actually talk to Jared about this, man. The Chargers are out of sorts, man. I don't know what else to say. Justin Herbert is gone for the rest of the season. They have Easton Stick playing quarterback. And did you see the way they played against the Raiders last week? I don't give a fuck how bad you are. To get beat that bad to the Las Vegas Raiders and give up 63 points. It's insane to me. It's insane. And right now, Josh Allen and his Buffalo Bills team is flying high. They're on a win streak right now, continuously going. And to be honest with you, it's not like Josh Allen is going to a cold situation. I mean, he's already used to it in Buffalo anyway, but he's about to go to Los Angeles and playing a Los Angeles Chargers team who's not really home, to be honest with you. And Buffalo Bills fans will probably pack that stadium. That would basically be a home game for the Bills. I feel like the Chargers will get thumped. They will definitely by far get thumped. We'll be talking to Jared about that, about making a contest play, but yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying here. Chargers are completely unable to score points, and the Buffalo Bills will probably score 35-40. All right, the next game will be the start of the 1 o'clock slate. It's going to be the Detroit Lions traveling to the Minnesota to play the Vikings. Detroit currently are 3-point road favorites. So in the contest, I would say we'll lean more towards 3.5 in favor of the Lions, of course. And I'm gonna be really, really real. I like Jared Goff in this situation. Jared probably feels a little differently about this, but honestly, I love Jared Goff in this situation. He's in a dome. He's traveling. He's going to Minnesota, and Minnesota gets loud, but he's in a dome. You know, it's not taking the fish at the fishbowl in this situation. And let's be honest, this is another division game, and I believe the Vikings surprised them last game. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me double check for you right here. But either way, I really like the Lions here on this slate. The Lions right now kind of need this game to kind of keep ahead, to stay up top of the NFC standings, so they can get as much home games as possible. Because let's be real, Jared Goff on the road. If it's Jared Goff on the road outside is a living nightmare. Okay, so at this point, you got to play. You're playing right now to be in the comfort of your dome and have your quarterback play to his best of his abilities. Because I'm telling you what, I'm telling you right now, if he's a 3 seed or 4 seed, let me say this, if he is a 4 seed, right? And they get by the first round, I'll give them that. They'll get by the first round probably. But that second round, if they got to travel to Philadelphia or any cold place like Seattle. Maybe if Seattle ends up finding their way to be in the playoff picture, they're going to be in trouble. They are going to be in big trouble. At the end of the day, right now, this is the current playoff match right now, right? Yep, because currently the Detroit sits at 3 and Minnesota sits at 6. So right now, this is the current playoff matchup, which is going to be a division opponents facing 3 times in 1 year, right? And where can we go here? You know, where else can this go? I feel like I feel like right now the stock in Detroit's going to go up. It's going to continue to rise and then finish out throughout the season. I just feel like Minnesota just doesn't have it, man. They don't have it. Joshua Dobbs, Nick Mullins. All I know is the quarterback name is not Kirk Cousins, and if the quarterback's name is not Kirk Cousins, I don't believe in this Minnesota Vikings team whatsoever. So I would definitely lean the Lions here on this spot. Next game on our slate will be Green Bay traveling to Carolina. 5-point favorites on DraftKings. I'm assuming we'll lean towards 5.5, of course, in this situation. And this screams Jared's favorite pick all over. Not I wouldn't say favorite pick, but Jared's ugly underdog pick of the week. This will probably be a podcast play. And honestly, I don't completely disagree. I have a little bit more faith in Jordan Love in this situation right now to kind of bounce back. But that Carolina Panthers defense just says something to me, man. You know, it really speaks a lot to me. Their offense, yes, we get it. They struggle. But man, phew. This Carolina Panthers team is sneaky. And you seen it last week. And the fact that this defense is going in with great momentum, holding the Falcons to, I believe, 9 points. And you get to come back at home and play a Green Bay team who dropped a rough one to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and giving up 4 touchdowns to Baker Mayfield. I mean, I feel like this is very set up good for the Carolina Panthers again. I don't know if I can bet him again. I might have to pull Jared's teeth about this one. Who knows? But this will most likely be in a contest play discussion, hands down. I can give you guys that. The next game, we're gonna go with Cleveland Browns traveling to Houston to play the Houston Texans. Cleveland right now is at our 2.5-point favorites on the road, of course. Now, for me, it really depends on C.J. Stroud. I don't know what's going on with C.J. Stroud and his concussion protocol. Let's be real. I mean, I think right now, I think he's leaning. Let's say, I'm gonna act like as if he's playing. Basically, if he plays, I ain't gonna lie to you, it would be at 2.5. Maybe the line might change, of course, because of that. And once he's definitely, said he's good to go. But I'll definitely be leaning the Texans here if C.J. Stroud does play. Now, of course, to be honest with you, I don't believe in his Browns team as much anyway. Now, when I say that, I don't want you to take it as disrespect, as in they don't deserve to be in the position they are, and that his defense has not been number one all year, and his offense just seems to find ways. But man, Joe Flacco's your quarterback, bro. Joe Flacco's your quarterback. Now y'all can say wherever the fuck y'all want to say. Yeah, Joe Cool's been looking good these past 2 weeks. He's thrown for over 300 yards back-to-back weeks. Yeah, but let's be honest. The motherfucker struggled against the Bears, who, like I said, the Bears defense is on the rise, but he struggled against the Bears, came out on top, clutch performance late, did what he had to do. I give him props for that. And then he went against a Jaguars defense, who against the pass is abysmal, and we all know that for a fact. I feel like it's going to be a stiffer contest against the Texans. C.J. Stroud being out, I just found out C.J. Stroud is likely out, so, like I said, this really hurts. This really hurts the Texans, who honestly had playoff aspiration and hopes. Just bad luck and bad timing. I honestly, yeah, since I just seen the text, since CJ Stroud's gonna be out, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'll probably definitely lean the Browns here at -2.5. But don't sleep. Like I said, I'll probably stay away from this game as a whole. I can't sleep on the Texans. I can't sleep on the Texans. They definitely came on top last week, but that was against a rookie quarterback in Will Levis. We'll see how this goes, but that'll be a nice, exciting game for us to tune in on. Next up on our list, we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. The Colts are showing up as 1-point underdogs against the Falcons, who absolutely had a complete shit show. A shit show against the Panthers. Then again, like I said, guys, that was some ugly, nasty-ass NFC South football. And I don't know why I didn't bring this up earlier, but that was Jared's bold prediction. He said the Panthers were going to go in there and beat the Falcons. And he sure enough came out on top, and he was right, and it helped in our podcast pick. And that's probably why he's working overtime this week, because Arthur Smith coaches the Falcons, and his dad owns FedEx. So FedEx manager got fed the fuck up, made Jared work 16 hours. But that's neither here or there. The Falcons team is, I don't know, dude. I don't know how do you take the Falcons in any situation? You already know he's in my dungeon. Arthur Smith is in my motherfucking dungeon. And what did I say last week? I said, don't you lose to Carolina this week, because you're gonna be deep down in the abyss of the fucking dungeon. I mean, what are we talking about? Arthur Smith, to me, is not a great coach. This team continuously finds ways to lose games, can't close a game, can't come back in a game, can't run the ball right, can't utilize the weapons right. I have fucking Bijan Robinson blocking for Cordell Patterson for a touchdown. Granted, it worked. I guess, you can use it as a kind of like a, smoke screen, use him as like a, what you call it, a decoy. But come on, that man was been there blocking for Cordell Patterson on a outside route for a touchdown. Desmond Ridder, once again, he's not real. You feel me? When the defense actually plays a good defense, he's not real whatsoever, which means his weapons can't get the fucking ball, and they don't get the fucking ball any fucking way because you don't game plan to get them the fucking ball. But maybe once or twice a year. But at the end of the day, like you said, man, the Colts have been one of the luckiest teams in the league. They dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. They continue to keep rolling. I don't give a fuck where it's at. Atlanta, Indianapolis. I really feel strongly about the Colts. Jared might feel a little bit differently, but honestly, personally, I love the Colts in this situation. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Boo. See, I got your back, Jared. Against the Tennessee, traveling to Tennessee to face the Tennessee Titans. The Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites. And hold on, I know what y'all thinking. Oh, Seattle played a big game against the Eagles. Oh, they came out on top. It was tough. Drew Lock actually looked pretty decent. Drew Lock went down the field and had a clutch drive. Bullshit. I don't give a fuck about none of that drivel. This is fucking Mike Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans home dogs. We stick to our guns on this podcast. Now, this might be open for discussion because the Titans have Will Levis is a rookie quarterback and a little bit of unpredictability, but I'm pretty sure Jared is definitely rocking with the Titans here. You know what? I'm going to go on the limb. That's one of our contest picks this week. Without even talking to him, I haven't talked to him about his lines or nothing like that. Tennessee Titans will be on this podcast. That's my bold prediction. Put that in the fucking books. Right? But like I said, I don't need to go really much into this. As far as I'm concerned, if Geno is still hurt, Drew Lock is still not too great. And this Tennessee Titans defense has definitely stiffened up in the past couple of weeks on that pass defensive side. They just got to get more consistent offense going, and I feel like they can do that against Seattle's defense. Seattle's defense can easily get exposed. So I'm pretty sure I speak for me and Jared. We're going with Mike Vrabel and the home dogs. Next, we have... Sorry, I need a moment of silence there. I'm a little depressed saying this. I have the Washington Commanders traveling to New Jersey to face the New York Jets. The Commanders are 3-point underdogs. Jared... I got you, my boy. I'm going to say it right now. This is a bumble of the week. Wow. The 32nd offense and the Jets going against the 32nd ranked defense. Sheesh. This is going to be the battle of the shit shows. But let's be honest. How do you... Oh, this is ugly. This is a game you stay away from. You can't trust the Commanders to save your lives, and you can't trust the Jets to save your lives. The Jets will show up, beat the fucking Texans 30-0 one week, but then turn the fuck around and get their fucking ass busted and barely be able to score on offense this past week. Like, it's really weird. The Commanders, they're just all around bad. This offense has sputtered the last few weeks, and honestly, I don't see why it would get any better against this New York Jets defense. I mean, you would kind of have to take... I would lean Jets considering the defense, because at least they can force a turnover and score a fucking touchdown on offense. If you can't score a fucking touchdown, if you can't score a touchdown on the fucking defense, then the fucking game is clipped. I'm very worried about Eric Bieniemy and his screen game against the Jets. I feel like our play calling has been a little predictable in my eyes. But that's neither here or there. We'll see. Maybe Jacoby Brissett might get some time if Sam Howell struggles again. But all in all, this is a shit show. You stay away from this game. It fucking stinks. It reeks. Fuck you, Ron Rivera. You're gonna be going after this year anyway. And yeah, go Commanders, I guess. The next game will be the first game of the 4 p.m. slate. Is gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. The Jaguars are 1-point dogs. Now I know in the last picks I haven't done the half-point spreads, and I apologize for that. But picking back up on that trend, I will say this will lean more towards a pick'em. I think this will lean more towards a pick'em in the contest. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just continue to roll. And I've been telling Jared all this time, man. Anytime you give me Tampa Bay plus 2.5, plus 2, plus 3, plus anything, I'm playing them boys. This Buccaneers team just plays completely hard. And I get it. The defense shows very, very incoherent, lashes of just of incompetence and incapability. But at the end of the day, man, like Baker Mayfield is rolling. The one time you want to play Baker Mayfield is when people are down on Baker Mayfield. And right now, that division is down as a whole, right? The Jaguars are a little bit of a decline. They're trying to climb their way back from getting backdoored by the Colts in the division. And if I'm the Jaguars, this would be the game right now. Right? This is an NFC South team. No offense to the Buccaneers. Yeah, they got Baker Mayfield, but they still stink. To be honest, in my eyes, they still stink. They're below average to me. The only reason why they got 7 wins is because I think 4 of those wins came from the NFC South. And honestly, Trevor Lawrence should be able to torch this secondary, you know? And I feel that's what it really depends on. ETN needs to get going. The running game has to get really going and get back on track. I feel like this is a game the Jaguars offense can get back on track in Tampa Bay. And to be honest with you, we know this Baker Mayfield story a little bit, you know? Like, he'll go off, 4 touchdowns, great performance, but then he'll have another game where he throw for 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and the offense scores about 14 points. I can see the Jaguars winning this outright, to be honest with you, even in Tampa Bay. And let's put it in perspective. I mean, it's not far away. Jacksonville and Tampa Bay are in the same fucking state. It's not far away at all. The weather's going to be relatively warm or wherever it is at that time of year. And like I said, man, Tampa, we're going to see. We're going to see. Like I said, the Jaguars' pass defense is very, very suspect. I brought it up earlier. They fucking stink. But like I said, this Baker Mayfield just has some of them games sometimes, man, where he just struggles. Like he just can't get the ball downfield. They show incapability at times. They're very inconsistent. I would actually lean Jaguars as the home dog. Next up is, honestly, to me, game of the week. Well, we'll see if that ends that way. But it's the Dallas Cowboys, who lost by 2 touchdowns. That's one of my bold predictions. Actually went through to the Bills. Traveling to Miami to face the Tyreek Hill-less Dolphins at home. The Dallas Cowboys open up at 1.5 road dogs. Whew. I'm going to tell you what, guys. If Tyreek Hill played this week, my bold prediction was going to be the Miami Dolphins beat the Dallas Cowboys by 2 touchdowns. And you know what? It wouldn't be as bold because they got beat by fucking 3 last week. I would have said the Miami Dolphins will probably beat the Dallas Cowboys by 3 touchdowns. But I don't know if I can necessarily believe in this offense completely without Tyreek Hill. Last week was a good indication. It showed a good signing. Tua did what he had to do. But that Miami team played nobody. You know, they didn't face anybody important. They played the fucking Zach Wilson-led Jets. And yes, their defense is one of the tops, and their pass defense is one of the highly respected and touted in the league. But let's be real. Zach Wilson didn't give them no fucking time to fucking breathe. They put up 0 points. And as far as I'm concerned, this will be a test for Tua if he can actually lead this. I honestly, this is a great storyline game. Can Dak Prescott finally lead a Dallas Cowboys team on the road against a team above 500 and win? I mean, that's the question right here. I mean, he's traveling to play probably one of the most explosive offenses in the league. and he's gonna have to keep up because honestly, like I said, bro, I believe that secondary isn't really fit. Granted, Josh Allen only had 93 passing yards last week, but there's a reason why he had only 93 rushing yards last week. James Cook was fucking cooking them motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, I feel like this Cowboys team will struggle with the speed that they have, especially on running the ball. Like I said, they got torched on the ground last week against the Bills. And as far as I'm concerned, Mostert and A-Chain probably one of the two good backs in the backfield. They got a lot of speed, and I don't see any speed out there in Dallas that can keep up with them boys. And on the outside, like I said, if Tyreek out kind of hurts them offensively, kind of dings them up a little bit. But honestly, Waddle got more top end speed more than anybody, and I feel like Waddle can really get into Bland if he's on Bland's side. We'll see, man. Like I said, my bold prediction. Let me not say 3 touchdowns. I'm gonna say the Dolphins will win by 2 touchdowns without Tyreek Hill because of that. And yeah, I feel like Dak kind of takes another hit to his MVP case and takes another hit adds into wow. Are the Dallas Cowboys even real? We're going to have the same questions all over again. Oh, boy. It happens every time, don't it? It never fails. We talk the Cowboys up so highly. Oh, my God. They might be the NFC team, the team in the NFC. They might make the Super Bowl. And then guess what? They let you down every single time. All right, but let me move on. The next game I got on this slate is the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Chicago to face the Bears in Chicago. The Arizona Cardinals are 4-point dogs, and if that were to lean either way as far as half-point spreads, I would honestly say would lean more towards wow, that's actually kind of tough because in public perception, you got to think the Arizona Cardinals are bad, and the Bears have been playing pretty decent. I know they dropped one last week; they've been playing pretty decent. I would say let's lean more towards 4.5 in Chicago, and honestly, I would lean Chicago minus 4.5. Now, granted, I know their offense really isn't too great, too outstanding, but this defense has been playing top notch like any other, and that Arizona Cardinals defense can get cooked at any point by Justin Fields and his legs and DJ Moore and quick slants and taking them to the house. This is going to be a very, very keen game. I feel like this is going to be an interesting game for me. This is going to be one of those games I kind of keep my eye on. Honestly, you guys know me. I've been leaning Bears a lot this year. I would really take the Bears personally on my ticket here against the Cardinals. I don't feel like Kyler has it. That offense is stale. Was it Rich Gannon? Mike Gannon, I don't know who the fuck it is, the former defensive coordinator for the Eagles that took that job, Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what Gannon it is. They ass. They are poop. Kyler Murray shows his flashes, but that offense really isn't great whatsoever. I just back that Bears defense, man. I back Montez Sweat and them boys out in front. They get after it, and they've been on it as of late, man. So, like I said, I would lean more towards Bears here. And that's the end of our 4 o'clock slate. Now it's time to get to the prime time Sunday night matchup. I got a great game for you, possibly game of the week. I have the New England Patriots traveling to Denver to face the Denver Broncos. See? Gotcha. Because this fucking game fucking stinks. Again. What are we talking about? What's crazy about it is, I don't know what's worse right now. The line is at 6.5. Patriots, of course, are road dogs in this situation, but what side do you take, little kid? You kind of just have to take the points here. If I'm leaning in any case, why would I take the Denver Broncos? And I can't even trust Russell Wilson to throw for 200 yards, especially against a Bill Belichick-led defense. Ew. Why would I take Denver here? And for all your Denver Broncos darlings who rode that hot streak when they won 5 straight games, yeah, good for fucking you. But guess what? They're right back in the same boat where they are. The bottom of the fucking ship and the bottom of the barrel looking like shit. At the end of the day, bro, like I said, the Patriots are worse. But I would feel more comfortable taking the points for the Patriots than I would laying the points with the Broncos. There's not really much to talk about here. The passing offense for the Denver Broncos would be non-existent against the Patriots. They're gonna have to run the ball, and the Patriots are pretty damn good against the run too as well. Bailey Zappi will be the quarterback again. Once again, the offense will be shit again. And yeah, that's basically synopsis. The over/under is at 34.5. So yeah. Take that as you will, all right? So I'm going to skip to the next game because I don't want to talk about some bullshit. And I'm going to travel to the Monday night game. I'm sorry, the first of the 3 Monday night games. Sheesh, that's a little weird. right? We have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. The Raiders are 10-point road dogs in this situation, and yeah, they should lack the fuck out of the Chargers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is safe to say that's not going to happen here. Matter of fact, they might get shellacked right back. The last time they played, the spread was double digits or 8.5, and I believe the Chiefs won by 12. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't see anything different here. The coaching staff, I mean, like I said, they bring fire to them boys. But at the end of the day, let's be honest. Look at the reality of the previous week. They were scoreless through I think, all of the fourth quarter. I think they were scoreless damn near the whole game or the entire game. And they're about to go now, just because they scored 63 points, you expect me to believe that the Raiders offense will produce points against a Kansas City defense who's been tremendous this year. They have been very tremendous this year. And honestly, it's been the offense kind of selling them as of late. I don't think the Raiders can contain these boys. If I were to lean, I will lean more towards the Chiefs at 10. Like I said, I've seen it before. I've seen the story before already. I've seen the Chiefs really go out there and really perform really well and dominate. I believe the Chiefs get Pacheco back, and they get Pacheco back, boy, watch out. I feel like they're going to go. I feel like the Chiefs are due for a run. Everybody's kind of been down on them as of late. But I feel like once Pacheco comes back, it's going to really shore up that offense, man. I'm telling you, he's been a big, big factor. And as I'm scrolling through my phone, I'm looking right here. It says Chiefs, Andy Reid expects running back Isaiah Pacheco back versus Raiders. So like I said, even better news. They get their workhorse back. They get that heart and soul. To be honest with you, one of the heart and souls of that offense now, alongside with Travis Kelce. I really feel like he's been that big of a piece to the point where I feel like the struggles also stem from him not being on the field. But I'm telling you right now, Pacheco is going to eat his first game back against the Raiders. I will lean more towards the Raiders here, and I feel like the Raiders are going to go in there and handle business. The second of the Monday night slate, we got the New York Football Giants traveling to Philadelphia to face the Eagles, who are on a 3-game losing streak. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't understand why everybody's hitting the panic button. I mean, okay, you know what? I kind of do understand why people are hitting the panic buttons, because the defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator really is trash at the end of the day. And I understand that to a sense. But the 49ers had a similar stretch where they lost three straight. And to be honest with you, least competition. They lost to the Browns. I know they lost to the Browns. They lost to the Vikings. And I think they lost to, I can't think of the top of my head, but I'm not going to go really deep into that. Basically, they lost 3 straight to teams who have far less talent than what the Eagles' 3-game lead streak lost to. The Eagles have went through a gauntlet of games. Buffalo, Kansas City, right? Dallas, twice within that stretch. They played they played Seattle. Like I said, they lost to Seattle, and I get that was probably the worst team, but that was no easy matchup. And that was after playing all those top 10 teams there, man. Like, that's rough. That is very, very rough. And to be honest with you, I feel like this is one of those comeback games, that ease game. That game where they put the nail in the coffin and they put everybody to at rest a little bit. You know, they kind of shore things up. I know Jalen Hurts was talking about he doesn't feel like everybody's committed at the end of the day. Honestly, I don't think that's really much so just the players. I feel like that's part of the coaching staff too. Some of the direction has to be looked towards that coaching staff. Matt Patricia took over as defensive coordinator for a reason. And, but you know what? Let me get into that. Boneheaded fuck. Why the fuck did you run man with one single high safety on that last play when Jigba burned James Bradbury? He needed help there. First things first, it's 38 seconds left, and a field goal doesn't do anything for them. Why are you playing back? You know what? Let me not get into that. Like I said, it's not my team anyway. But that being said, I mean, I don't see a scenario where the Eagles don't come out here, handle business, and kind of silence the critics up a little bit. Maybe not silence them too much because it's the New York Giants. But at the end of the day, this is a division game. The Giants are kind of tough. I will lean, honestly, just off a gut feeling, I will lean Philadelphia here, only because I really feel like they're going to go in there, they're going to steamroll these boys. I feel like they win by 2 touchdowns at least. And they kind of, gain momentum towards the postseason, But the last and final game on this slate, we have the game of the week, the game that everybody's going to wait for on Christmas Day when everybody opens their has opened their presents, had a good day with the family and eating dinner. This is what we've been waiting for, man. This game right here. Best teams in the respective conferences. The Baltimore Ravens traveling to San Francisco to face the 49ers, a potential Super Bowl matchup right here. The Baltimore Ravens, get this, 5-point road dogs in this situation. And to be honest with you, I feel like that's an indictment. I feel like that was very disrespectful to the Baltimore Ravens. I feel like the 49ers have been rolling as of late. They, like I said, ever since that Eagles game and they kind of handled business, man, they've been really kept it going. They've faced somewhat bad teams. Let's be real. They've been like very, very subpar teams, and they put up damn near 35 points a game in those games. I'm letting you know right now that's not happening to Baltimore. That Baltimore defense is stingy. Once again, one of the top units in the league, top 3. And on top of that, yards per play, that defense is number 1. Them big plays you see from from Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk will be limited. It will be limited, and to be honest with you, the run defense of the Ravens is already stout enough. Chris McCaffrey's going to have a tough time. Now, granted, that's why you have a dual threat running back. McCaffrey can probably go out in the game and kind of expose the passing portion of it. But I'm letting you know right now, it's going to be very, 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 very difficult for the 49ers in this game, no matter where they are at home. I feel like that +5, like I said, I already said this before, I feel like that +5 is very disrespectful. This would probably lean more towards 4.5 in the contest, of course. But honestly, I'm taking the points here, and I'm going with the Ravens here, man. I just feel like that defense has been playing all worldly. Lamar Jackson and that offense continues to do enough and really gets that and really have enough explosive plays to get things done. Now, here's my thing. I get it. The 49ers defense is stout. They're real. They're legit. I get it. But I feel like there's some deficiencies there in that secondary. And I feel like Zay Flowers is that receiver to kind of expose that a little bit. Lamar Jackson's feet will always be a threat. This is a threat they have not... This has been a threat unlike any other they have faced this year. And I just feel like this is going to be a nice little surprise game. I feel an upset. I feel like the Ravens will beat the 49ers as an upset. I like that money line deal. That's one of my favorite picks of the week. And yeah, man, I feel like this is going to be, like I said, a very, very tough, rough game. But come on now. 5 points, to me, that's a little bit disrespectful. You damn right I'm going with Baltimore +5. Now that will wrap up the Wednesday preview. Man, Jared, once again, bro, another Wednesday without you, bro. I miss you, my buddy. I know you're busy out there playing fucking Clubhouse with the boxes and shit, but nah, man, I can't wait for this Friday. I can't wait to talk these slates with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I came in kind of foggy this week, you know. I was kind of a little bit foggy. I got a couple of plays that I like. For example, like I said, that Ravens game at +5 really opened my eyes there. An unusual pick that I like. I don't usually take the Bears past 3 points, but I like them this week against the Cardinals. And honestly, I like the Miami Dolphins even without Tyreek Hill at -1.5. There's a couple plays I like, couple feels I like. And yeah, man. Tennessee road dogs. I'm sorry, not road dogs. Tennessee, Mike Vrabel, home dogs. Come on, what are we talking about here? So like I said, I got a few spots that I like. Not really 100% for sure, no, other than the Titans, because let's be real. Like I said, me and Jared are probably going to stick to our guns. But other than that, man, like I said, I can't wait to get back, talk this late with you. But until then, guys, please do me a favor and follow us at Shred the Spread on X and other platforms as well. And also give me a follow. Give me a personal follow at Dynell. That would be at DYNEEZY. So that's at Dynell. Give me a follow. Ask me questions that you guys might have. You know, if you guys want any like tips, pointers that you guys want to put out there, anything you guys want to say to me, or have any bets about, or any personal questions, just hit my DM. I'll reply back as fast as I possibly can. This is the holiday season. We are moving. I can't wait till this shit's all over with. But until then, guys, we will see you on Picks Friday. Like I said, my Jared should be back. Like I said, it's kind of rough, especially with him doing delivery schedule and then Christmas holiday stuff. Like I said, man, this whole holiday stuff, man, has been very, very hectic. But we're going to try our best to give us the content no matter what happens in that case. But until then, guys, peace.